Excellent. All right, we're live. Yeah, we're sitting there singing and it kicked in. Welcome back.
Copyright.
Copyright infringement. Yeah, there goes the vid. That's all right. We're already demonetized. Let's hit for your typical
Demonetized.
buddies. Oh, we're demonetized. We're demonetized from the get-go, as if like we'd have enough views to make a penny anyway. So that's not a goal that we have. We're just trying to entertain ourselves and whichever one of our friends tune in. Oh shit! Your shit's going haywire here, man. Every
language. There's a baby.
Shake the baby. Who shakes the baby?
Oh my god!
We got a little person. Oh my god! It's got eyes. You know what? Until I worked in ICU in Liverpool, like I seriously thought kids were born. I didn't know kids had fingers and toes. I thought that was shit they developed like after they got older, like their eyes open, and I thought maybe their legs were kind of stuck together and they just kind of. I didn't know, man. I saw an infant, like a newborn, when I worked in ICU. I was like 33 years old. I was like, what the fuck? It was like it has fingernails, all that shit. Just absolutely.
Yeah, it has like eyelashes in there.
Yeah, I thought their hands were just kind of like a nub, and they would just eventually form.
What's the most interesting thing about a baby being like kind of done in the body is like the sperm and the egg, they go together and they start to divide and blah blah blah, and then hang on.
It looks like a shrimp.
I need to talk for a minute.
Looks like a frog,
like a calabash.
The first organ that forms in the embryo that's in the womb is the heart. The heart. And then after that is the tongue. And then after that is the mind. So we've got to kind of put a priority on things. We need to put a priority on things because the most important thing is the love. The second most important thing is the truth. And then the third most important thing is the thought. It's like the brain really.
And then the fourth most important thing is the pee-pee.
I don't know where that comes in, but
it's the fourth. I said it because you said the first three, so I doubled the fourth.
Well, it must be somewhere, but
well, after the first three things that you said, those other things were important for. I think that would be an important thing to count as fourth. Like,
gee, what if it's a girl?
Then the pee-pee hole. I don't know. The inverted pee-pee.
The
innie, not the outie.
Yeah, the innie. I mean, it's still a pee-pee.
Everybody puts priority on the mind and the brain and how we think. And it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is how we feel. And that's what I'm getting at. That's the point I'm making.
Well, some people think and feel from their pee-pee, just for the record.
Yeah, I can feel that.
That's fact. That's fact.
That's fact. That's fact.
That's fact.
Oh, my gosh. What am I going to do with you, Shay? You out in the chat? What do you have to say?
I think he's still stuck in the phallic stage of development.
What is that?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Freddy and crap.
Yes.
Oh. That was a good crack. You couldn't hear it.
I want to hear from Jared. What's Jared being?
Yeah, let's hear from Jared, because we don't hear from Jared a lot.
We kept you quiet in the first section, talking about conspiratorial stuff.
No, I just was dropping links in places and doing stuff.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Getting stuff set up around here.
Right.
Hey, Rod, you can multitask. You can talk and type. Come on now, buddy.
I got trouble walking and chewing gum, brother.
Yeah, well, that's difficult because you're a giant, so you'd have to watch where your head is.
I started bumping vertigo.
It's not just tripping over stuff. You got to look up and down. So quite understandable.
Boys are a bitch, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and I can imagine, just from my own personal experience, how rageful you would get when people leave cabinets open in the kitchen. Oh, like they don't understand why they're getting bitched out. It's just like, well, if you woke up on the floor with a gash in your head because of something you didn't see coming, like you'd understand why I'm raising so much hell.
Yeah, the
you can walk under them. What?
get in the car.
Oh, you guys got
it's
the
wet.
red car?
Yeah, don't get in the car.
We have the yellow cars over here.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, they got the yellow top cars. Or is it yellow car? I thought it was. It's a red car with a yellow roof, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
No,
yeah, the red and yellow, but the roof is yellow.
Yeah, the roof's yellow. I've got a frog in my
What?
throat.
They don't
Excuse
have
me.
different coloured cars there? Is everybody got a colour car? That's ridiculous. Anyway, red cars go fast.
Do you need the cough drop?
Need a cough drop. Getting a frog in my throat. A gay frog in my throat.
Why's it gotta be a gay frog?
Because Alex Jones said that they're turning the frogs gay. So I'm assuming that all frogs are gay.
Maybe you need a snake in your throat.
Is that where it actually came from? I just like Uni's video about the gay frogs. Is that where that started?
It started Alex Jones. Alex Jones.
Turning the damn frog to gay.
Turn the freaking frog, Steve.
Jesus.
See, I used to watch Alex Jones years ago, and then he just went a little off the map for me, and I stopped.
Yeah, I don't watch Alex Jones.
Like his documentaries he had 5 years ago, they're really good. I recommend them as a watch, but like, I don't really recommend watching his show now. He's a little too cray-cray.
Wasn't that kind of maybe part of the agenda? Do some like actual good stuff to get more people in, and then slowly turn it over to just idiocracy.
Now he's just like Rage Against the Machine, conspiracy man. Like rage all the time. Alex Jones, I'm gonna rage.
Yeah, well, that does a thing. He got more people, more viewers, and now he's putting out that negative vibe.
Well, now it's like take a Xanax, dude, and chill for a minute.
But that affects the audience. That affects the people watching.
You need to go to bed. That's kind of funny that you should say that, because I was about to do another video on I was going to do Rage Against the Machine. You know, F you, I won't do what you tell me. And then I was talking to Stern Killed, and he said, no, actually, there's a better song you should do. And I can't remember what song that was right now, but yeah. Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, it's going to be a minute before I get another video out, because I'm just too busy.
How about Know Your Enemy? Know Your Enemy.
Who?
That's
Who's my enemy?
No. Rage Against the Machine, Know Your Enemy.
Yeah, no, that wasn't the one. It was... Stop it. It was... Oh, man. Nah, I'll get back to you and just go about it. I'm going to have to go for a minute and I'll try and put this baby to sleep. I'll get this baby off to bed, and then I'll be back in a minute, all right?
Okay.
Say bye, Shay.
Do what you do, lady. Bye, baby.
Bye, Shay.
Bye, Diddle.
Bye, Shay. Kids are fun.
Yeah, you were saying about how Alex Jones was had a lot of, I don't know what you were saying. I think I know what you were saying, J Rod. I started coughing. I had to step away for a minute. But about how a lot of his stuff was good and informative and stuff, and yeah, then he gets people in and gatekeeps them, keeps them you know, on the conspiracy things that he tells them, things that you can basically Google, and it just keeps them in a kind of a state of lull and security, as if this guy's doing all the research and he's fighting for them, and they rest on their laurels,
like a slow-mo bait and switch.
Yes, agreed. I might have to go cough again. This is crazy. Anyway, what you doing, Looney? What are you up to, buddy?
Not much. I'm jumping back in on Alex. Like, he did this great documentary about the Bilderbergs a couple years ago, maybe 5, 6.
Okay.
And that's a good documentary that he made. He has a lot of good videos out there where he's He's a different person. Like, you're getting information and just not rage. Like, he's the one that turned me on to the whole notion of the Bilderberg and the 1%. So that's how I learned about that, was through him. But, like, over the years, I started researching other stuff. I lost focus on his channel, and then came back and was like, who the fuck is this crazy idiot? So, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying
banging on the desk.
anything like that. I'm just
turning the frogs gay.
He gave a lot of great information that got me into like all this knowledge. So, like, if anyone watches this video, like, look into his documentaries, even if you don't necessarily like what he's about now. His information on the documentaries 5 to 10 years ago, it's a wealth of knowledge, and I recommend anybody to go watch it. That's good information.
Good call. Good heads up.
Do you reckon Alex Jones has seen the video about him?
What's that? The turning the frogs guy?
Well,
I'd seriously doubt there's anything out there with Alex Jones' name in it that he hasn't vainly watched. Have you seen him on those male supplements? How beefy and strong he is? He walks around, like this stuff's like an organic steroid, and he takes his shirt off, and it's just like a beefy dude.
Beefcake.
Beefcake, yeah. I don't mean beefy as in like a weightlifter or anything. Just beefy in general.
Beefy like.
Well, everybody spends a lot of time watching YouTube videos, like from. Well, I'm gonna assume so, but like from the broadcasters I watch, I'm tired of being told to get the tea. Everyone is telling me to get the tea. I don't want the fucking tea.
Yeah, I don't want the tea either.
Like, everyone's saying, get the tea.
Get the tea.
Stop trying to sell me tea. Yes! Like,
I don't even like tea. I like sweet tea, but they don't have that.
I'm drinking sweet tea right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There was this Chinese restaurant that had the best sweet tea. They probably used a pound of sugar for a cup of sweet tea. That's how good it was.
Oh my God! Growing up,
Chinese restaurants have the best sweet tea.
Growing up, in
Yes, they
we go
do.
to a restaurant or something that wouldn't serve sweet tea, and they just serve like non-sweet tea, or they give you non-sweet tea by mistake. And I don't know how you can make that mistake. Like, if you like sweet tea, then you like it. If they fuck that up, then they're fucking their tip up. But they bring it to you.
I want my diabetes tea. Diabetes tea.
Well, they bring you the sweet tea, and you sit there, and you just pour sugar into it, and pour sugar into it, and pour sugar into it, and goddamn mix it. It just wouldn't taste right. It would
if it's cold, it's not gonna do the same. It's gotta be warm. Yeah. It's gotta be hot. Yeah. And then you ice it down.
And then you ice it down. That's right. There's no substitute for sweet iced tea. There's just no substitute. You can't.
See, I'm a northerner, and my great grandmother, she would make sun tea, and she would. This was back in like the 50s. My mom told me the story. I never actually had it. She would take her big giant pot, have her tea bags in water. She would stick it out like in the morning. It would sit like all day in the sun in the summer. The tea would absorb. She would add in the sugar, and then she'd cool it down overnight.
Yep.
And there was their tea the next day.
Yeah.
Sun
good tea. Yeah.
And it was sweet as fuck.
Hell yeah. Looney's like, it was good as fuck. Hell yeah, brother.
Because when the water takes on the light, it gets infused with the photonic energy of the sun, which is where it's at. But what I was going to ask is chai tea. It's called chai tea, and they mix it with a bit of cinnamon and cloves, and it's milky.
And what? Cinnamon and clove?
Yeah, cinnamon and cloves.
Oh, cloves. I'm sorry.
Like the herbs.
Gotcha.
It's all about the herbs. And it's really milky and sweet, and it's a bit Indian, I think. CHAI. Chai tea.
Chai.
And
chai tea.
Yeah.
I used to work with a guy named Three Finger Herb. He only had 3 fingers.
I used to work with a guy named Stinky Finger Ray.
Stinky
I,
The Stinky Finger Ray.
I wonder if those two know each
Can
other.
I tell a joke that's kind of St. Patty's Day related?
Oh.
I've done it in chat. You guys probably already know it. What's green and smells?
Go on.
Anyone? No
what?
one?
I didn't. You cut out.
What's green?
Oh.
Smells like pork.
Kermit's finger.
Again.
Kermit the Frog's 2 fingers.
Can y'all see me? My little picture down here.
No.
There it pops up.
Okay.
My picture's showing up dark or something, eh?
Yeah, it is.
What?
Yeah, I can't get my lighting right.
Oh, there you are. You're back. You're there. You're
Oh,
there.
you look
and
good
then
here,
there's
Dick.
the- You're
Yeah,
there
just-
now.
When I talk, it pops up big, but when I'm looking at little, it looks real dark. Anyway, looks like I'm in the dark.
How do you burn?
That's because you're tan, bro.
How do you burn an Irishman's ear?
How do you burn an Irish what there?
How do you burn an Irishman's ear?
How?
Oh
You
god,
put that
about to get
on the
racist.
post?
You
About to
gotta
get
tell
racist in
me.
here.
You phone him up when he's ironing.
Oh
my
it's
God.
funny. That's cute.
Oh, hey, we're not dumb.
Hey, I've got a legit question. I've got a legit question. If a butcher stands 5 foot, if a butcher stands 5'10" and has a size 13 shoe, what does he weigh?
I suck at math.
Meat. He's a butcher. He weighs meat.
You're a dick.
Oh my god.
I know, it's so dicky. Hey, somebody asked me that, I just fucking
Boom,
spit in
boom,
their face.
boom,
Boom, boom, boom, boom. Oh shit! God damn, that's fucking Price is Right, man.
Why did the toilet?
I know. I'm sorry,
That
man.
That takes me back to
Boom,
cutting
boom,
school.
boom,
If
That's
you have a
hilarious.
bucket with 4 apples and a bucket with 8 oranges, how many buckets do you have?
Say it
What?
Two.
Say it again.
If
I
you
know
have
this.
a bucket with 4 apples and a bucket with 8 oranges, how many buckets do you have?
2.
Two?
Yeah.
Jeffra, I can't hear over you.
Oh, I love
All right,
Oh, y'all
all
can't
right.
hear me.
If Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world, what was the tallest mountain in the world before Mount Everest was discovered?
Mount Everest, but still.
Mount Everest.
Oh,
Just not
mountain.
discovered yet.
Is my
Nice.
mic working?
Yeah. One check.
Can y'all hear me
No, is that
answering
right?
all these questions?
Mic check. No, I got that wrong. Mic check.
You're back
Mic
in
check
2.
1 2 1 2. Yeah, fuck me.
So why did the toilet paper roll down the hill?
I know this one.
Yeah, I know. I keep saying it over and over.
It's good. No, but I just like it. It's cute.
To get to the bottom.
Oh, got you fools.
I know.
She laid that one on you.
That's
Toilet papers for wiping butts. Y'all should have put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, my daughter. One of my daughters.
Oh, this boy, right? That's stupid, yo.
You can't say to get to the butt because it doesn't work. To get to the bottom sounds about right. It goes to the bottom of the hill.
To get to the rectum. Rectum damn near killed him. To get to Uranus.
Yeah.
There's toilet
Anyway,
paper.
oh my
There's
God.
toilet paper on Uranus.
Anyway, let's just talk about this for a minute because
There's noxious gases on Uranus. They're gonna drill for oil on Uranus.
I tell you what, there's some serious. I don't know if you guys felt it. I don't know if you had any major dreams like over the last day, but there's been a lot of Piscean energy. So we had a new moon in Pisces at 26 degrees of Pisces, which is on Chiron as well. So if anybody was getting their old kind of the thing in their life that was really pissing them off, their wounds, whether they were a kid when they got their wounding or when they're an adult. So mine is in the 8th house, so that's of like marriage type scenarios and shared resources. But I mean, for each one of us, our Chiron is in a different place. So what I'm saying is that this new moon was conjunct Chiron, so it was lighting up again.
What's conjunct?
Conjunct means together. It's in a less than a 3-degree orb. Well, it depends. Like a conjunction in astrology means that you got that wheel thing, D. When the planets come together and they're within 10 degrees of each other on the 360-degree wheel, that's a conjunction. Okay. But I mean, these were all in a 3-degree orb, so it was quite tight. You got a new moon and a sun in a new moon. They are conjunct, so that means the sun was going kind of.
Wait, how tight was it?
What's that?
I'm just being stupid.
No, anyway.
You couldn't even get your finger in it. No, I got nothing.
I mean, what I'm saying is that's what happened recently. Everybody's going a little bit doolally, going, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. There's a wave of energy. And actually that had a lot to do with the last, 24 hours of the energy makeup, is that when it goes through Pisces, it is the ultimate dissolve. So we don't really know whether we're here or there. We don't really know whether we exist or not, because that's Piscean. It's a great dissolve. It's like, I have a body, but I'm not really here in it. I'm much more than that, and that's a Piscean thing.
Kind of like my girlfriend in high school.
Yeah, well, what I'm trying to say,
I have a body, she's just kind of not here or can be seen or exists,
Yeah, but yeah, I think you're an adjective, but what I'm saying is,
that's my girlfriend in high school.
Well, you got a picture?
Yeah, right there. I'm showing you. We dated for about 3 or 4 years.
No.
Little lipstick right here. No,
Yep.
that's all right.
Nice one.
It's getting. I'll keep this in. I'll take this to the.
At least it's not a flashlight.
I don't need one.
Oh my God.
I got nothing.
Sorry, I'm gonna make fun of flashlighters.
They're being silly. That's fine. Well, you get it's just a fucking flashlight for your dick, flashlight. Not that simple. And that's the thing about technology. Look where we are.
Flashlight for your dick. What?
It's a flashlight. It's 2018. We don't have jetpacks. We don't have hoverboards. We don't have robots that can do your taxes and perform sex acts and vacuum your floor.
We have all of that. It's just the government keeps them for them.
Well, yeah, and more do they release? A fucking flashlight you can stick your dick in. You know what I mean? They give you a fucking flashlight and put your.
Well, that's to keep the masses happy.
Well,
if I had any for any man to do, if it comes to that kind of activity, I don't know about. I mean, probably a flashlight is great, but actually use the thing that women use, and I'm telling you, it is a massive thing. If you can get
really, J-Rod.
That's what she said.
Nice.
No, I don't use a big thing.
But
I use a little thing that goes fast. So when you use a little thing that goes fast, and you get it on the shit, we're live.
I do too. No, that's what I'm working with, baby.
Look.
Jules, just to help you out there, I do have one too. I'm not really gonna talk about it, but I will say I do have one.
Yeah.
Just to lighten your load under that bus, I'll throw my leg in there.
We'll talk about it another time.
Anyway, so
Vicky says your girlfriend's name was Palmala.
Yeah, absolutely. Pamela Henderson.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
one thing, this gets on like the fun topics that we like talking about. Trump gave a speech, and yes, I'm going back to Trump again. He gave a speech at the military thingy.
Sorry, trumpet.
And him being him, I think he did this on purpose. He mentioned the U.S.
A peanut butter sandwich in 1 minute.
having a space force, and that he wanted to create another one during like a live speech. He mentioned a space force, and that we should have another one.
Yep.
And then he was like, and then we'll have two. He was trying to fix his mental slip, which I don't think it was a slip. I think he meant to do it on purpose to like let a small cat out of the bag.
So do I. So
do I.
More and more
That happened.
Yes, and because more and more we're realizing that this guy, who we don't really like personally, is part of the Alliance because he's bringing to light that there has been a galactic warfare for a long time, and he knows about it. He might not have all of the details to let out publicly, but I mean, what is this guy? He's a
He had enough to give a slip that wasn't a slip. He gave us a small nugget of truth.
Yes, and that's why I like him.
Truth nugs. I like truth nugs. I like weed nugs.
We like the truth, don't we? And you know, that's what I'm saying.
Nuggets of gold.
A second ago, I was saying, this guy is self-funded. Why is he here, and what is he doing? I mean, he doesn't need money or infamy. He's already got that. What is he doing here? He's part of some kind of an alliance that's going to bring the truth about the actual galactic affairs forward, because we know that we're not alone. We know that. And he's trying to help. I think he's trying to help. But he just doesn't quite even really understand what he's doing. It's just that
Donald J. Trump, captain of the Starship SS Enterprise. I don't know. I can't remember this shit. Does sound like a damn.
Are you joking?
He sounds like a starship captain though, doesn't he? Just like somebody from the future to come back with some haircut nobody's ever seen and all these crazy ideas and a way to take over leadership of the world and lead us into an enlightening revolution or something.
Vicky was just asking if anyone's heard of Donald Trump's time-traveling uncle, who was put in charge of and read all Tesla's work.
Yes.
John Trump. Absolutely. That's his middle name. That's who it was named after. He was a professor at MIT and had privy to Nikola Tesla's work through the FBI. They needed somebody that, in the know that could go over and see if there was anything useful. And as to my knowledge, I should send Vicky a thing so she can get in here and touch up on it. To my knowledge, he basically wrote back.
Yeah.
Look, hey, what happened?
To my knowledge, that he sent back basically none of the stuff held any water and that it wasn't usable. And then in an interview later, he said that he started testing the stuff and what he tested held up. It held water. And that was after the FBI released basically all the papers saying that they weren't going to use the stuff that they had been deemed not worth it, not worth the I don't know. It'd probably be best if she described it, honestly.
What do you reckon? I reckon that's why Donald is a time traveler right now, is because he got the uncle's notes. The uncle put Donald into the time. I think Donald's a time traveler. That's what I reckon.
Have you guys heard the notion of?
I can't. I've got so much bandwidth going. I can't see stuff. Sorry, what was that, Looney? It'll be quick.
This is from the Dark Journalist channel. He's one of the channels I follow and watch. But he's doing this whole news piece on Nixon, and it's really worth checking out. But there's a tidbit that he speaks about where it ties a lot of the Nazi history into it, and going back to Elon Musk and Mars. What is his name? Von Braun. Do you guys know that name? He was a Nazi scientist.
Yep.
Yes, and NASA. He writes a book, and the main character, his name is Elon, and he is the leader on Mars. And this is back in the 50s. So there's some play on Elon Musk and the Nazi scientists back in the 50s. So it's something he's alluding to, but he's not saying it's actual truth. He doesn't have enough sources to back it up. There's just a coincidence of what happened then and what's going on now. So it's very interesting to look into. But the journalist is doing this whole. He's been doing this whole video series on Nixon and disclosure. So if it's something you're interested in, check it out.
Lenny's stream this. Oh, sorry. Uni's stream this morning was all about that. Did you not see that?
No,
it was.
I was at work.
It was about this some kind of book.
He streamed it like 9 p.m. time, and I was at work. I haven't watched it.
It was something like 2005 that this book came out, and he, it was.
No, there's another book that came out like in the 50s that.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, but anyway, I think Elon.
Maybe they're reporting the same stuff.
God,
I can't really figure out. I'm not sure if Elon might be part of the alliance as well. We just like.
Well, for Trump, I think that like he's in the know in either the private sector because he's from the private sector, he's from the corporate sector. So
yeah,
even though like up front he specializes in casinos, but he's a private contractor. So God knows what he was offered to build or what he actually knows in the private sector because it's so secretive. It's more secretive than our own damn government at this point. So him now being the president, and I think on purpose let slip that we have one Space Force in his own terminology, like secret space program. He's basically alluding that the secret space program exists, but he wants to make one that's a public version. Like, he alluded that the secret one exists and he wants to make a public one. And he's all for creating that. And that's what he let slip in 2 sentences of a speech. So I think that's like a huge thing that a lot of people didn't even notice. They were like it went like under the brow. Like if you don't know what you're looking for to hear, you just miss it. Because he says, we have a Space Force, let's have another one. So if you don't know about the secret space program, you don't know what that comment means.
I don't know, because the things he says, like, what did he say? He said, the storm is coming. Remember that one? He said the storm is coming, but it wasn't really correct. Like, it's like he builds people up for some event, and he's just a bit of a trickster. I think Trump.
No, but I think he does it on purpose. Like he's smart enough that he's playing the media against themselves, and he's letting stuff slip. So a certain few they're able to find it.
Right.
And it's out there. Like, once he says it, it's out there. So, like, I don't think the man slips on purpose.
No, I think he's very calculated with what he says. I think I've noticed that when he says something, he'll say what I think people think he's going to say. But if you listen to the wording, it's very carefully worded or very intricately worded to not incriminate him one way or the other.
Yes, so it sounds like he's slipping, only he's not. He's actually getting the point he wants to make out there, but he still has some plausible deniability. He can't be held accountable.
Plausible deniability, absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say, sorry. Like, this man is very calculating, like he's... Which is also kind of scary. But I'd rather have somebody who's getting the issues out there and trying to correct shit than another Obama, another Bill Clinton. Like, we had them and they didn't really fix shit. It's kind of worse. Have you guys heard about the stuff that's going on in Italy?
No.
They're kind of going through a financial issue, and some people are speculating it's going to form another Brexit-type scenario. So it looks like a lot of the European nations are slowly degrading back onto sovereignty. A lot of, like, Hungary, for instance, is they're pulling all of their gold, like, out of the banks and pulling it back into their country. A lot of European nations are starting to do this. They're getting their gold back into their countries.
Yeah.
And they're starting to sovereignize.
There was a little part of Spain that did it first. Now, what was that little country in Spain that did it first? They've just done it recently. They've gone.
Sicily?
No. Spain. It wasn't Italy. It was.
Honey, I'm America. It's all Spain. I'm just joking.
It was called. It's called.
He got it.
I can see it on the map, but I can't tell you the name of the little small estate that Jared.
Geneva?
It's a part of Spain that went fully.
Portugal?
No, it wasn't Portugal. It was smaller. It was a smaller, like the
Geneva?
Like the Basque community or something like that. Hang on. I should go.
Basque.
Yeah, almost like, the Basque area of Spain. There's a section of Spain that went totally independent of the major Spain recently, and they got it through, and they don't want to be a part of the major part of Spain anymore, and they're doing their own thing, totally got it through. And that's, I think, what we're talking about is, if we can get more, you talk about the Brexit thing, and England wants out of the EU, and, what I'm saying is that, there's got to be more independence for these, these countries within Europe. I mean, it's let's get away from the global authority.
That's going on right now. It's like a lot of the European nations, a lot of nations everywhere. It's not even Europe. Like, they're starting to re-sovereignize, and the whole one world government is getting a swift kick in the gonads.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I hope it's a good thing, because, like,
it's got to be, because we're talking about the NWO here. We've got.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping it's going to take away some of their power.
Like, take them out of their power. They don't have the right to take over the world, and we know who's behind this NWO, and you know what they're doing with Sustainability 2030 and Agenda 21. We know what they're doing or attempting to do. We're here. We're here to stop them. I know I sound like a bit of an eco-warrior, but I am. I'm a warrior for the world, and I'm not going to let my children be any further influenced by the NWO. I mean, I've researched it in my country. I know what's going on.
I want a free sovereign world. Like, I think on one hand, it's very important to have a united front in the world, having humans' best interests at heart and as a priority. I think that's a major goal every country should have. But as a country, that sovereignty is still very important. You can't lose one's sovereignty and be a mass sheeple. Like,
oh yeah,
I would never do that. Like,
and it's not just that. It's like when we were talking before about GMO food, we're talking about the chemtrailing. We're talking about what the NWO is already doing to get us off our land, stop us from growing our food, stop us from replicating our seeds, because that's what Monsanto is up to. We know that.
Sustainability.
And they call it sustainability, like under this global warming agenda. It's BS. The globe isn't warming. It's just a tactic to get us off our land and to say, oh,
keep
we
us
need
dependent
more
on the
forests.
system.
Yeah, we need more forests.
Remove
so
independence.
I'm sorry, humans can't live here anymore. We're going to make this whole section. Oh, shit, I just broke a glass. Anyway. Humans get off our
I'm
land.
hoping, like, people who are preaching against global warming are the people that are going to these conferences and effing Sweden or
it's not true. It's
Geneva. Like, the people who are preaching about global warming are the ones taking their private jets to go to these little retreats and talk about global warming, and the small person taking...
I just had an idea. James, you know that the pole shifting is going to cause, and all the solar weather is going to cause a lot of change in the weather. So it's going to come a lot colder here and a lot hotter there. Things are going to change really soon. So what I'm saying is that the Earth doing this herself might be
Jules, what I've heard is that we're going into a solar minimum.
Yeah. So
or is it solar maximum?
Ice over, an ice age kind of thing.
But the sun is going to have less sunspots, so the Earth is actually going to cool down.
Oh, shit.
For a good 11 years.
The Earth doing this is giving the humans an idea that global warming is BS. See? That's what I'm saying, is that maybe this mini ice age is going to give the humans an idea that, hey, there is no warming of the globe, it's going colder. Well, let's wake up. It's BS.
Yeah, I agree with that. No doubt.
WO idea of global warming, getting us off our land and creating more forests, it's BS. Anyway, go on. I noticed that Gibber is here now.
What's happening, Jib?
My battery is really low. I just wanted to make sure I got whatever wrong worked out. So.
All good, man.
Good.
There he is.
So, yeah, I'm like...
No. You've had an ice cream. You've had...
Ice cream. I want ice cream.
She wants another ice cream? She's had an ice cream.
Yeah, I want a cigarette. Shit.
I'll give you an ice cream. Oh,
cigarette and an ice cream.
Really? You seriously still out of cigarette papers, do you?
You have to have caramel and sprinkles on your ice cream. It's not ice cream without it.
They've already have that ice cream.
No sprinkles. Denied.
Bad influence.
Winners.
No, you're not getting any more lollies. No.
In the UK, they call them like 1,020 or something. It's really weird. Like they're fucking sprinkles. Sorry, language.
What's wrong with sprinkles?
No, they call them like 1,020. That's what they call sprinkles.
What? 1,000?
Yeah, I'm like, that's weird.
I'm confused. What you doing, Jules? You changing light bulbs?
Oh, no, I'm here. Whoa. I'm doing the dishes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just
yelling Opa.
multitasking. So I still haven't heard from Jared. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, J-Rod?
Is Jeff?
Yeah, Jared,
sleeping?
Jeff,
I'm
bro,
still
you still
here.
with this brother?
I'm still with y'all.
Awesome.
He's
hanging in there.
He was cuddling up.
Oh.
What'd you say?
I said I heard you moving.
Hey,
around
Nat,
with your
I see you
mic.
in the chat. What's up, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
Jeff was awesome.
Vicky says sprinkles ruin the fun. They're like little rocks in your teeth.
Yeah. They're chalky. I don't like sprinkles because they're chalky. They're real...
Or it's like the person that haven't landscaped and it's like you're flossing your teeth. It's kind of gross.
I'm flossing my teeth. Look.
Jules, oh God, I I was speaking adultly about not escaping.
What's more
And then
adult than
like you're
flossing your
flossing your
teeth, though? That's a very adult thing.
Yeah.
Flossing
Is
your
that-
teeth.
Did we
And then Flash
Jules,
Jules actually flossing her teeth. So
I was
that's
asking
irony
Auntie,
at its best. I love it. Love it.
we call it an irony or we can call it a sink.
An irony.
I'll explain when the little one's not there.
All right.
Yeah.
Little one, go away. Just
Look
say
at that.
hi.
Look at that little
Hi,
person.
James.
Hi.
Aw.
Out you go.
So I'm gonna throw a name out there. I want to know if anybody researched him. Klaus Donna. Anyone?
Klaus. I
Klaus
didn't catch that one.
Donna. So it's KLAUSDONA.
Okay.
His specialty is in
I got nothing.
out
Sounds
of
like a
place
German rapper.
artifacts. His specialty is in out of place artifacts.
Right.
They call them O-parts or U-parts.
Would that be like a you find a canoe, like a Native American canoe, and I don't know. I got nothing. I can think of all types of artifacts that don't belong in certain places or something, but like some crown jewels in a
You have
burial
him,
ground, or
and then you have another person named Michael Cremo. Last name Cremo. They're really fun to look into.
yeah.
One of
It
the
is, right.
artifacts, and I don't know which one is from which speaker. I'm not sure, but he talks about it's a stone. It's like an old ass stone, and it has a line that goes through the stone, and the line itself is like in the sediment. So like, it's a stone they searched for. Somebody like in antiquity, they searched for and picked, and like in the stone, the sedimentary in the stone, it's basically like the globe, only in like a weird like misshapen stone form. Has the continents, has the equator, it's jeweled, it's very interesting.
Sounds cool.
It has Antarctica like in it, so it's like this very ancient artifact that is a map of the world that has an equator. And the line, like in the stone, is the equator and how they carve in the continents. And they have all of them, like, in there. And then this random line around is how they do the equator, which is, like, formed in the stone. So the continents are carved in, but, like, that natural sediment line is the equator. And they link, like, a lot of ancient sites with jewels.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the whole earth is lined with the crystal, what I would call jeweled. It's in the sediment. It's the whole.
Would you call them jewels? Would you call them jewels? Would you call them jewels? Jewels? Would you call them jewels? Jewels?
The jewels
Jewels?
are crystals. They're
Jewels?
natural crystals. And the crystals go through her. Hang on a minute.
Who's Crystal? Jules? No, sorry, go ahead.
Hang on. Now,
Kick
this
Jules
wet.
and
Should we take your
Jules.
top off?
Yeah.
Take it off. There we go. Now, go inside and wait for me for a minute. I'm just saying that the
Get on out of here. Get on.
inside the earth is it's crystalline. It's crystalline, and like where do we get all of these beautiful crystals that we all use now? I mean, crystals are an undervalued resource for our human connection to her. So if we all started to use crystals the way that she wants us to use them, they're a gift to us. But they're also, they're not just a gift. You kind of like, when you buy a crystal, it's good to like buy two and give one back to her because, of their mining and so on. And I don't really dig that. But I'm
just learning about crystals, so this is good info.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just like if you when you're doing a meditation, if you actually go into that breath work and you take yourself deep down under, like I always breathe in what's down deep inside of her. So I breathe in through the left nostril, what's deep down there, and the roots of her. And the roots of her is a crystalline core, just like it is in our body. Like our body might be made up of blood and bone and all this crap. But deep within her, that's not even your t-shirt, dog. But deep within her is the same as what's in us. And it's crystal. And it's pearl. And it's hard to explain because I have no proof for it. But it's just a feeling. And remember, I'm coming back to what we're made of as babies before our brain came into it to try and make logic of it all, is what we feel. And that's what I'm saying. I'm going to stop talking for a minute.
Hey, can I ask you a question, though?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I don't remember his name offhand, but he talks about... I've never tried it, and like I want to, so I want to know if like if you know anything about this. So he talks about if you go outside, you're not wearing any shoes,
Yeah.
and you're like in the grass, and you connect with the earth, and you try and unbalance your chakras or your spine or like your alignment, and just walk around in the grass and connect with the earth. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Huh?
Yes, I do. Because when I do it, what it is, I mean, yeah, I could be standing with no feet, no shoes on. I mean, but
no
what
feet.
I do is I
standing with no feet. That's a feat in itself.
I sit there, and as I breathe up the left nostril,
Boom,
and it's like
like
the roots. I'm breathing up the soil and the smell of the earth, and it's like the more and more I do that, James, the more I put my roots into her. So we're having a symbiotic relationship. She's giving me.
So there is some justification in what he's saying that he was talking about. Like, there is justification in that.
Yeah, there's a total connection when you root in an anchor. Remember that word anchor. You anchor in your whole body energetically and in an imaginary way to her. So imagine, like, you just got to imagine you're a tree and you got to have roots. So even though you're still walking around as a human, when you do the visualization, the breath work and the meditation, you're putting your roots into her because we're here for her. That's why we came here, right? That's why I came here. For her, for this earth, not for... That's my mission. I don't know about yours, but mine was to help her. I am a total earth mother being, and I might have a lot of jokes, but I mean, the main reason I'm here is to help her. So that's why I pick up rubbish off the street.
Well, no, the main reason, like, I'm asking is just because, like, you'll have, like, the people doing yoga, like, in a studio, and then you'll see people outside, like, in the grass doing yoga, and it's like... But, like, he was talking about connecting with the earth, so I was trying to make a parallel, like, is that what they're doing and might not be talking about, but that's what's going on? Like, so if I'm seeing some people outside doing yoga, like, in the grass...
Yeah, of course it is.
Are they, like...
Because that's it. You don't wear shoes when you walk around on her. You wear as little shoe wear as possible when you're out in the grass. I know it's been hard for me to talk to my American friends over this winter who go, "Oh well, it's ice outside, so I can't do that." And
Yeah.
I understand that, but as long as you got a few plants around you, like you are growing them indoors, you're amazing, James. I really am admiring your dedication to
I
her
actually think I
because
started too soon. All my lettuces have died. The cucumbers are going good, and the garlic cloves are going good, but I might have to start the other plants over again.
How's
They
wow,
kind of
the
died.
lettuce, that's amazing because the lettuce are actually easier than the cucumber to keep alive. And once you get the
No,
cucumber, once you get the
that's my
cucumber,
lettuce. They're dead.
don't be
Like, I was
surprised.
doing seedlings, and they're like, they died.
Don't be surprised with the cucumber if you get them going, especially on the inside. They get a lot of powdery mildew. Cucumber are really receptive.
No, the cucumbers are going strong. I killed all my lettuce.
Yeah, but what I'm
gourds
saying
are
is,
usually pretty easy.
you cucumbers might
Oh,
be really
I see
strong,
what you're saying. Oh, I see what you're saying.
but once they get really
And
big
go
and their
on.
leaves get really big, like the size of a hand, then you're going to find there's a lot of viruses. They're susceptible to a lot of viruses like powdery mildew and I think it's called silvery mildew. There's a few moldy kind of viruses that cucumbers are really susceptible. They're not easy to grow. So if you're doing all
Yeah,
right
I
with
heard.
cucumbers, well,
No, I heard that stick honey and vinegar in the dirt,
yeah,
and it kills the mold and the mildew and all that crap. So
sounds good, man. Sounds good. I never heard that. Go on. Yeah, it's well done. Honey, stop putting things in the fish pond. You can't put things in the fish pond. Don't do it again. Go on. I'll get you bowl out another time. No.
So, hey, Looney, back to grounding and stuff like that. They can go on like Amazon or whatever, and they have sheets, like bed sheets. They just have a single wire, and you plug it into the ground, like on an electrical outlet, and that kind of helps like detox your energies and stuff while you're sleeping.
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
Have you heard the only reason I'm asking you is because you're on the same time zone as me. Have you heard like the rumor, like, or the conspiracy, or the theory that like a lot of people get waking up at 3 a.m. and it's like a mass outburst of energy through the electrical system, and it's
Well, until the invention of man-made light, that we generally like slept for like 3 or 4 hours, woke up, checked the cows, milked them, ate a sandwich, and then after an hour went back to sleep for another 4 hours. The 8-hour sleep cycle is something that's very recent, like in the last 120 years.
No, what I'm talking about though is a lot of people are talking about at 3 a.m. that like they get woken up out of a sound sleep. And what has been theorized is there's a surge in the electrical system at 3 a.m. that messes with the brain. Like, the brain makes electrical waves. Like, it's its own little...
alpha and theta waves?
Yes. And so they'll do like a surge at 3 a.m. that sometimes will wake people up or wake them up enough that it fucks with their sleep. And that it happens every night at 3 a.m.
I would get woken up at the same time. Mine was usually about...
Yes, me too. That's why I'm bringing it up. And like everybody's theorizing, it's a pulse that the powers that be are doing to fuck with us, so we're not getting like a full night's rest. Or like they're messing with our sleep.
Wi-Fi signals have got to be messing with us. All these signals that are bouncing around frequencies, they got to be playing mad. Like, what's that gonna do to us in like 200 years?
I don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as a wake-up call. Because we've got to start realizing.
Literally is a wake-up call. They're waking us up at 3 a.m. every night.
Yeah, and I don't see it as a bad thing.
Which is why at 3 a.m. I'm still awake. I'm not going to go to bed until they're done fucking with me.
This is a wake-up call. That was funny.
Yeah, I know what you're
11 is the wake-up call.
What was I going to say? There's a good...
Sorry, Jules.
No, I was just going to go on about crystals. I was trying to remember the name of my...
What a shitty band.
Oh, it's black tourmaline. Black tourmaline. Let me see if I can find... I mean, it just looks black. But
Excuse me.
it's a great, useful crystal for in a Mercury retrograde. Oh, let's see if I can find it here. There we go. There we go. This is my black...
Gee, get the frog dicks out of your throat.
Yeah, sorry, I'm choking. I'm trying to get the chat up and started. Yeah. I don't know what the hell's in my throat. I got a dry bubble or something, and it's right here. And
no, that's you're about to get sick, buddy. Enjoy it.
No,
it'll last for a week and a half.
Well, I don't feel any other thing. I
hope not yet. You will. You will. That's
really hard.
I'm getting over now. Enjoy it, buddy.
Oh, y'all are spreading germs.
What is that on your movie?
A digital virus.
Wireless.
Right?
What
is it?
Over a sinus infection like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So I think I'm good for about another 3 years. I'm fairly healthy. I don't really get sick.
No, you're gonna get this flu, and it's gonna fucking fuck you up.
See, I can like that right there.
Bring it on. Fuck the flu.
That's black tourmaline. It's also a
I bet if I go pee, it'll go away.
Oh, Jules, nice.
That's called selenite. That's one of my lapis lazuli Reiki pieces. It's polished. I don't like the polished ones as much. This one's called blue kayanite. And that goes really well with the black tourmaline during a Mercury retrograde. Just helps you see clearer, because Mercury retrograde makes us like fumble our words. Of course, that's amethyst. Some of the bigger pieces are inside. That, of course, is...
Hey, I can't see any of the crystals you're showing us.
Oh, really? That's rose quartz. It's pink.
You know a really strong pain-killing opiate that grows all over the place in America? People don't even know. Wild lettuce.
Math? Joking, I'm joking.
Oh.
Math.
Wild lettuce, huh?
Wild lettuce, yep.
Oh, this one's interesting. That's your goldstone. That's Jacqueline's goldstone. This one's called fuchsite. That one's called fuchsite.
There's no reason to starve. You can forage for a lot of stuff all around us.
I don't even know what that one's called. I just love the color.
So Jules, when you were picking out your crystals and stones, do you feel like an attraction towards them, or do they kind of call you?
Yeah,
pull you?
Yeah, especially like if they're all together, and I just go, oh, I wanna hold you today. Well, I'll put that there.
Or if they're phallic shaped.
No,
it goes right there.
No, but I think he means. No, I think he means more along the lines of like.
Do I feel them?
No, going out to buy them. Do they call out to you?
Yeah.
Is that what you meant, or am I being?
Yeah, when you go to buy them or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you find them somewhere.
Usually, when I go to buy them, I know what I want to get, and so you'll have a selection. But see that beautiful? Look at that opaque one. That's called a moon.
Like even within that selection, so you've got 12 of the same kind of crystal. Does one particular crystal or rock?
Yeah, sometimes out of the blue. Yeah, out of the blue, you might just go, oh yeah.
You're taking this one.
Calling me.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I've got all, I can't afford to go and get them all the time. So what I have is what I have. So what I do is I don't even do it. I just look at them, and then one of them says, yeah, carry me on your person for a whole day, and I'll stick it in there, usually, or I'll hang it around my neck. It's you just keep that thing close to your person. What I want to find for you, my little, this is called Moldavite. I want to find my Moldavite.
This is for God.
That's from God, is it? Yeah. This is called a...
Hey, I'll get back. I gotta pee.
Yeah, I do too. Hold, yeah.
Pee break.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pee right here. Yeah, pee break.
Yeah.
One here.
Just get a
When y'all are
bottle.
ready, I got a topic to bring up.
This one is called Alexandrite. No, yeah, no, it's called Amazonite, and it invokes the spirit of adventure. And it was the very first stone, not this one. This cobblestone was the first one that anyone gave me when I was 14 years old. I received this as a gift, this stone, as a gift from my friend. And
Jules, you're all muffled out.
am I muffled? No. Maybe I should shut up for a while.
Are you holding your thumb over the mic?
Yeah.
I'm back.
There you go.
Anyway, this one here, I love this one. It's called the Firestone. Fire agate.
I can't see it.
What it's used for is reflecting negative energy. So whenever I go and do changeover with the kids, let me just put it on. So whenever I go and change the kids over.
See, right now I'm seeing your image. I'm not seeing like a picture.
There's the fire agate. I'm wearing it around my neck. It's huge.
No, right now what's coming up like is your image, not the video. Like I'm seeing your picture, not the video.
Oh, really? That's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go and reboot.
Like when you're looking to get the crystals, I can see like a boob shot. And then once you stop talking and you're digging out the crystal, it goes back to your image. So like I'm not seeing anything you're showing.
Maybe I should just reboot. It's no big deal. I was just showing you a few crystals. Maybe we'll do it another time, but it's just that they're all so beautiful. I love them so much. They're more.
Well, Vicky online wants to see it too.
Oh wow, where's Vicky?
She's in chat. Oh, she says I see it. What the fuck don't I? What the fuck?
How we not like? Where's Vicky? Why can't I see Vicky?
Vicky.
No, because I have chat and this.
Well, it's late where Vicky is. She was gonna hop in, but her boyfriend's sleeping. So she got to be all quiet and adulty.
She's in chat though. I have them both open.
Check this out. Let me see this. Yeah.
Yeah.
My wrinkly wrist. My bracelet's actually broken. But that's moonstone. They're all moonstones.
I love moonstones.
Yeah. And it was a bracelet that my mom gave to her mom. This is also one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. It's called labradorite. Let me see if I can get the color. They're earrings.
J-Rod, can you see Jules's video?
Just through Hangouts. I just have the chat popped out. I don't have the video rolling.
No, but in Hangouts, are you seeing like her camera or the image, or is it just me?
It keeps popping back and forth.
Oh, really?
I'm not seeing anything. Maybe I'll leave and come back.
No.
Because all I'm seeing is the picture.
I'll just pop out and I'll wait for an invite to come back.
Well, I think it depends on who's talking as to who, who the main video focuses on.
I mean, yeah, I could see her. It's them. She was saying something that's bouncing back and forth.
So, Jibba, what was the topic you was going to bring up?
Well, I mean, seeing as we were talking about growing shit and plants and all that, I'd actually looked into it, so it's really dumb for me to bring it up, but I had heard a lot about it. I think it's the apricot. These wonderful genetically modified organisms we have now. We didn't have, we don't have rockets and shit like, rocket packs and shit like that. We thought the Jetsons. We got like manipulated genetically modified food. So I guess if you go, from what I understand, if you go to Walmart and you buy like, any fruit or vegetable, right? You come home, eat it, you take the seeds, plant seed, they'll grow, but they will not bear fruit. And apricot, if I got that right, that seed is illegal to even have or even transport, because that's the shit they make chemotherapy shit, chemo juice, whatever. So there was something. I don't know if y'all heard anything about it or not. I have to look into it. But yeah, I was thinking about all the planning and everything. And
what is that, D?
It's
what is that thing?
Where?
What's that? You got a sword.
I didn't hear nothing about the apricots.
I think it's apricots. Yeah, I think it's apricots. Apricot seeds, from what I heard on the street. And that's true, actually. I heard that those seeds is what they use to get the chemical for medicine for chemotherapy. So it's illegal to transport. It's illegal to possess. Like if you go buy apricots, I guess it's apricots. I believe it is from like a major chain. I mean, what major chain's left? Other than the shit mark. You know what I mean? And so you plant seeds. You plant apple seeds, whatever. It'll grow a tree, but they will not bear fruit. They're infertile. From what I understand. But the apricot seeds was really interesting because I didn't know that they got. Same thing goes with.
Are you talking about the Monsanto seeds? I just jumped back in. I'm sorry.
What I was talking about how genetically modified.
What? Sorry. What were you referring to, Jules? What did you?
I see what's in your hand. I was looking at what's in your hand. It looks like a big sword.
no sword. I got a habit I can get in. I'll tell y'all about when Jibba's finished. But yeah, I'll tell you about my strange addiction. Not sword. It's kinda.
Butterfly is in the chat. Says bitter apricot has B17.
Oh yeah,
well,
it's good for metabolism.
And that's making me mad. I mean, you might look into it. I'm trying to remember. Not a fruit that I generally would eat. I think. But it's one of them. And as same thing goes with, of course, they generally, but argon trees, they only grow in Morocco, and the women in Morocco were just forever have took the tree and got the oils out of it, and they use oil for everything, for hair. I mean, it's supposed to be like amazing shit, and but you can't if you legal to take seeds or argon trees out of the country. You can't even take them out of the province because it's protected in Morocco, because that is like it's the only industry they have to make money, for women to make money in Morocco, so, and that's really cool. I found, I ran across that, but yeah, it's one of them. Now it's going to bother me, so I find it. But yeah, the fact that they've made all the, the modified vegetation, I can't help but think about
for everywhere.
I think it's for some reason, I don't know why. Every time I think about this, I think about the the elf, right? the Environmental Liberation Front, that idiot that was in prison and got out, and he's an idiot. He burnt down. They burnt down logging shit, right? I mean, they destroyed, property. And eventually he got somebody actually killed. Ayers was that his name? He's a dipshit. But anyway, they were mad because they had spliced some kind of trees, log, and they had a big, area of trees, and assumed that assumed that they thought it was they were against all that, so they were going to destroy the trees. They burned the trees down. They burnt down the wrong damn tree. They burnt down the good trees that weren't genetically modified, spliced. I really wish I could remember which vegetable.
Well, they're doing the same thing now, even with the plants, if a grocery store is buying blueberries and raspberries out of state, the process of transferring them, if the U.S. is getting any type of vegetable or fruit from another country, they have to go through a small radiation period. So if any of those fruits or vegetables have seeds, if they're from out of nation, those seeds, they're radiated and they'll never grow in this country.
Well, they do
not
that
because they're in this country, but because they were radiated. So a lot of the food that is being shipped into this country is receiving small doses of radiation, and then you're buying that at the grocery store and then eating it. So you're buying low radiated fruits and vegetables and then ingesting them. So it's a lot better to buy local within this country.
It used to be 200 years ago, 300 years ago, if you needed sugar, you ate a berry, and your system would go, oh, yeah, it's cool, the sugar. That's good. You needed that, right? So, and we're not supposed to be eating all this sugar, and it's in everything. So now we thing, one little small thing, and your system goes, oh, hold the fuck on.
I just need to say that, Jibba, you're really, really low. I can't hear you. Are you close enough to the mic? Or sorry.
It's hanging in front of my face. Hold on. Does that sound better?
Yeah, it's a little better, a little clearer.
Yeah. I'm using a different.
What a miss.
Nothing interesting.
That was a long wait, Steve. Was it a wait or did you go?
Sorry, Looney, I missed you, bud.
Take away.
Wait,
all the genetic.
Jibba, if you're still talking, I can't hear a word you're effing saying.
Yeah, I just went to make me a coffee and what have you, and might be eating a bite of soup here. I think our stream's about to run out because I set it for 3 hours and then we'd restart it.
It's got to be close, man. It's 5 o'clock here.
Why am I not charging?
Charge.
Don't give it away for free, baby.
That's right. Credit.
Girl.
Credit or nothing. Credit or nothing.
This shit ain't free.
I think it probably has something to do with my battery. I'll have to get off. I'm at 5%. I'll talk to y'all later.
5%
Take care, brother.
Catch you, Jibba.
Catch you later.
I say if y'all want to restart or do whatever, it'd probably be all right with me. I gotta stand up and walk around. My feet are going numb.
I couldn't even hear it.
Okay, y'all want to meet back in 5?
Yeah, we can take 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just close the broadcast.
Yeah.
Everybody, the 1 or 2 people that's watching us that aren't us.
Hey, by the way, there's no
Yeah.
live chat either. Can anyone actually see? Because I was trying to get back into the stream before, and I found you through some connection, but there was no live chat. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think the live chat, Jules, you have to actually pull the stream up and watch it secondary.
I was trying to do that.
Yeah.
I did that before, but there was no live chat going on.
No, I've got mine
yeah.
popped out right now.
I'm watching. Well, I'm not watching the stream, but
is anyone actually there?
Yeah, Neon Butterfly's there. Vicky's there. I think Joe's up in here.
Joe.
Hey, Butterfly. No, stay. We're still going. We're just
everybody
stopping to make a break, and then we're gonna restart it like he does.
Yep. We're just taking 5 to go take a leak and refresh and grab a drink and whatever people do, walk around.
Axiom's up in there.
All right.
Well, listen, guys. Anybody that's keen on jumping into the chat after this, it's just basically
Joe. We want Joe. We want Joe.
Well, shoot some.
Stay in chat. Don't leave the chat. Like it should kick you into a new one, unless that's some weird like Uni trick that he can do that we don't know how to.
Yeah.
Internet
some
magic.
Magician's trick. Internet magic.
Like, I'm gonna stay in Hangouts. I'm not gonna leave Hangouts. Just, like, stop the stream and then restart it. So
really, the whole purpose, it's not even so much that we can get a break. The whole purpose of stopping and restarting the stream is so that the stream doesn't... it's not a 6-hour-long video. And just, to break it up. So I'll just leave it on for a minute, and then I'll come back in and restart it. Well, I'll just... take 5 and hang out and chat or whatever. I'm easy. I'm hanging with my peeps. I love all you guys. Literally chatting and on the stream. I love all y'all.
Peeps in the chat too. When we go again, I'm gonna drop links in the disco and unis and docs. So once I get a link and we're live, I'll drop one in there again. So
awesome, J Rod. Sounds good, bud. I hope they caught that. Okay. Well,
all right. See y'all in 5, eh?
Yeah, no worries, man. I'll go ahead and close this out. We'll shut down the broadcast and start it back up in about 5-10 max. And catch you guys shortly. Everybody in the chat, hopefully catch you guys as well, you ladies and guys. And all right. See you soon, peeps.